Pulwama Martyrs, who've been protesting outside Congress leader Sachin Pilot's Jaipur home, were detained by cops in the wee hours of Friday and sent to a local police station. Recall that these widows have been camped outside Pilot's home in Jaipur since Monday. They were asking the Chief Minister, Ashok Gehlot, to give a written assurance about their demands for jobs for Pulwama Martyrs' relatives. The opposition is outraged and accused the Gehlot government of demeaning the braves and their families because of the police action especially. BJP leaders and police in fact battled earlier today as BJP MP Kirodilal Meena claimed he was prevented from meeting the widows. Following the clashes, the BJP MP has been hospitalized at Savan Mine Singh Hospital. Chief Minister Gehlot has hit back at the BJP though, claiming that this is the opposition politicizing a simple issue. Let's take a quick recap of how these protests escalated and why the government is under question. So it's February 28 when Pulwama Martyrs' widows sat on a dharna at Gehlot's house over non-fulfillment of promises made by the state government. The widows accused Rajasthan police then of assault and ill treatment. March 4, widows launched an indefinite hunger strike, and they also, 2 days later, sat on a dharna at Sachin Pilot's house this time. Sachin Pilot, who's been warring with Ashok Gehlot, to be noted, met these widows. He urged his own government to accept the demands made by them. By March 8, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh had also called the Chief Minister of the state over the alleged assault of the widows. Yesterday, NCW wrote to DGP Rajasthan to probe this alleged assault as well. Meanwhile, Chief Minister Gehlot has termed the demands by Martyrs' widows unjustified. Again today, the widows were detained from the protest side and taken to the local police station. This is what the widows are demanding, that there should be an installation of the martyrs' statues in their villages, that roads and schools should be named after the martyrs, and jobs be given to relatives of the martyrs' families, not just the kids, on compassionate grounds. The Chief Minister is not on the same page. In fact, he called them unjustified. He has said Pulwama widows' demands are inappropriate, adding that the government cannot snatch the rights of martyrs' children for the relatives. 2 statues of martyr Hemraj Meen have already been installed, but remember there are as many as 5 martyrs of the Pulwama attack that hailed from Rajasthan. And Gehlot accused BJP of using the widows to gain political mileage. The big question we're asking is, even as this dharna is going on, these protests are on, is the Rajasthan government guilty of high-handedness? Could they have handled this better?
एक क्रूर मुख्यमंत्री को समझाओ बालाजी महाराज। हाँ ढोकरे देखो बैरिकेड लगा दी, भारी पुलिस बल है, धक्का मुक्की हुई आपके सामने हुई। वीरांगना से मिलाते हैं डॉक्टर साहब को तो मुकर गए।
आखिर ऐसा क्या मांग रही हैं वीरांगनाएं, और ऐसी क्या बात है कि राजस्थान सरकार के मुख्यमंत्री उनसे मिलने से मना कर रहे हैं? ये कांग्रेस पार्टी झूठी पार्टी है और झूठे वादे करती है।
Shazia Ilmi of the BJP stays with us. Colonel Shailendra Singh, defence expert, is joining us. Also, Advocate Arshpreet Singh Kadial of the Congress party. Arshpreet, I'll start with you. The Congress has always held this opinion that, protest is a democratic right. You stood by the farmers' protests, which were questioned by many, especially the manner in which those protests were being held. Similarly, anti-CAA protests in the national capital. What justifies the Congress government behaving like this on a few widows sitting and protesting and, mounting their dharna? Why are they being uprooted? You believe in protests.
Kindly allow me a minute and a half uninterrupted. First and foremost, before I go to the families of our martyrs, let me make one thing very clear, that the Bharatiya Janata Party has no locus standi at all whatsoever to question us over this, because it is the very Bharatiya Janata Party that hasn't been able to compensate and give jobs to the frontline workers who died during COVID, to the 700 farmers that have been martyred, and to the 4 farmers that were allegedly mowed down by the Bharatiya Janata Party's minister's son. Number 3, the farmers, apart from the farmers, the people, there were 6 people who died during a
Number 4 and number 5.
Shazia, let him finish.
So the people who died during a Bharatiya Janata Party's rally have not been compensated, have not been given jobs. And the Pulwama Martyrs came. They were promised by the Bharatiya Janata Party 25 lakhs and jobs. All this not being done by the Bharatiya Janata Party. Therefore, they do not get to question us. What they are doing now, coming to the second limb. The Bharatiya Janata Party is accustomed to doing politics even over our martyrs. Now, let us make one thing very clear.
Okay, no. One second. You didn't answer my question.
Coming to your question. Whoever has done any wrong there, whether it be the police or anyone, they will be brought to justice. We promise that. We assure that. Number 3, the family is questioned. What do they want? They say, for example, there was a widow who said that my husband's brother should be given a job. We had a concern that if the relatives of the martyr are given a job, what will happen to the rights of the children? Their children's rights would be trampled upon. What about their future? Do they not deserve a job? So therefore, the Bharatiya Janata Party questioning us over this.
But your own leader, Sachin Pilot, has asked your government to consider these demands and agree to these demands.
Exactly. See, that is the beauty of our party. We have difference in opinion. We can speak. We can put forth our opinion. We won't be shut out like the BJP does. But coming to question, has Bharatiya Janata Party...
don't talk about Bharatiya Janata Party ad nauseum, Arshpreet. This is the problem. They're not in power in Rajasthan. Where you are in power, you will be questioned. No, one second. No, I've given you enough time. I've given you enough time. I need to fundamentally ask the same question again. Congress party believes that democracy means protests. Even ugly protests on the streets. You have backed those protests in the name of freedom. Why is it that a Congress government cannot digest a protest being done by martyrs' widows on the streets? Were they digging up roads?
You haven't heard me clearly.
No, but why did you have to go why did you have to go all high-handed and uproot these women when you say you stand for protests?
Or if any police official or anyone else has done any wrongdoing, they will be brought to justice.
But why not already? It's been days already. Arshpreet, talk is cheap.
There's a difference. There's been years by the Bharatiya Janata Party. They haven't given jobs or compensation to 6 different groups.
How does that make you look better?
Farmers, 6 men who died in rally, the Pulwama victims, and many more. It's been more than 6
So why don't you talk? Why don't you act and show that you are better? These are all excuses.
We are not making excuses. I'm sorry. It's about the rights of the children of those martyrs.
No, I'm not arguing with you on that. Whatever is your counter, whatever is the counter made by the Chief Minister is a debate that can be held. My question is very fundamental to you. As a party that has supported protests where people were being beaten and roads were being dug up, you do not have the temerity to withstand a protest by martyrs' widows? This is the kind of protest you stand for? Very easy to talk about protests when it's happening in someone else's ruled state. Congress governments have a very different outlook when it's happening in their states. Shazia Ilmi, you are politicizing an issue instead of discussing the issue. Please, okay, let her come in now. Let her come in. Colonel Singh has not spoken. Shazia Ilmi only.
So we heard the Congress spokesperson floundering, screaming, shouting, but not being able to answer the basic question as to why the widows of Pulwama are being treated so insensitively, are being uprooted, and you have an administration that is actually misbehaving with them. And instead of answering any of the questions of the party which talks about the right to protest indefinitely and does marches, is not able to, the spokesperson of this party is not able to have one statement on the complete ineptitude and cruelty meted out to the widows of the martyrs, who have demands and are being thrown around and are being ill-treated, and the Rajasthan CM is scared to even meet them. What is the fear of Congress party? that they seem to want to uproot them instead of engaging with them. These are the people who are showing BJP or the charge that constantly that we want to speaking with the farmers and engaging. Imagine. Martyrs, not martyrs. It's martyrs.
Okay, no, one second. Ashpreet, not like this. Not like this, me and Shazia only. Ashpreet, you cannot take your time and then speak over others, including me. Please. Shazia, the fundamental question is, do you
have nothing to say?
Do you believe the Chief Minister, Ashok Gehlot, also has a point that there's a certain policy, they want to stick to that policy and the demands are unjustified? Very quickly, Shazia.
The fact of the matter is that he refused to see them. He refused to meet them. He refused to engage with them. He dealt with them in a most severe manner, which was completely insensitive. He seemed to have no words of consolation for them or any need to discuss anything. Not just that, they were being uprooted.
Yes.
And look at Arshdeep here. Instead of being so brazen about it and so completely trying to bamboozle his way, he has not a statement to give. He's all over the place. What is his obsession with BJP? What is his obsession? All the time will you keep using BJP as your ineptitude, insensitivity?
Jobs, do they not have rights?
And complete
do the
breakdown?
Do not have any rights?
Yeah,
These
see?
children,
Let's hear you. Let's hear
that
you.
They do not deserve anything. Yeah, hear me out, please. Is the Bharatiya Janata Party insinuating that the children
Can you comprehend? Nobody, there's nothing to hear. There is nothing to hear because you have nothing to say. There is nothing to hear because you have nothing to say but scream and shout some inanities.
Okay, no, I don't have time.
It's not working, Arshdeep. No. Answer the question.
Shazia,
you answer the question.
The Bharatiya Janata Party.
No. I'm not answering your question. You asked the answer. I'm asking. No, I'm not interested.
No, I'll come to that question. One second. I don't have time for this back and forth. Ashpreet, your question of whether the kin should get the jobs or the children should get the jobs, it's a valid question, but I don't think anybody is saying that the children should not get the jobs. These widows are also arguing that you can also give it to some next of kin on compassionate ground, but I take your point. My question is not that. But Colonel Shailendra, I have a couple of minutes left. I want to come to you. What is happening to this country? You've got widows of Pulwama Martyrs protesting on the street, doing a dharna, and then they're uprooted at night. Right? In the most merciless fashion. I don't quite see what was the requirement of that, even though the police has the duty to maintain law and order. I don't deny that. And then you recently had this story from Bihar, where a martyr's family was beaten up because they were trying to put up a statue of their Veer. Are governments leading this kinds of insensitive behavior that has seeped into our society? Yes, Mr. Singh.
If you can allow me, I will share with you. I didn't want to do this program because I thought I cannot stumble down to the political level that where martyrs are being treated insensitively, badly, and you keep blaming each other that yes, he did it. My dear political friends, both of you, my humble request to you is, if you cannot share the sorrow of ours, let's not instigate it. Let's not tickle it more. Let's not increase it. Be shameful that something wrong has happened. अब आपको मैं वो 2-3 बातें बताता हूँ. What are they asking? They have asked कि हमारे husband का एक remembrance की जगह बनाए. It is that expensive. You can't make it. You want a central government wants state. Is this your standard? Chalo, not a problem. You said NOK to be given a job. If the NOK is not eligible, if the children are small enough, why can't it be given to somebody whom the NOK is nominating?
Yeah.
Yes, you are right. अगर उसका बच्चा 2 साल का है, 4 साल का है, 5 साल का, you cannot give a job. Why are you into this blame game? You make me cry. I really wish. I'm so thankful to God कि ये सब मेरी बीवी के साथ नहीं हो रहा क्योंकि मैं unfortunately जिंदा हूं. That's the sad part of it. That is the worst part of it. आपके सीएम साहब बोलते हैं कि ये सिस्टम में अलाउड है या नहीं है. और नहीं है अलाउड तो अलाउ करिए. Who will do the correct thing except blaming? Is that your level? Is that your standard as a CM? Is that what you are meant for? Rajasthan is my brave state. There is so much of bravery in army from Rajasthan. Is this where you are recognizing them?
Right.
I am not saying that the CM should meet them or not. That could be your choice. उन्होंने एक सड़क मांग ली. Oh my God! वो जयपुर की एक सड़क पर 5 नाम लगाने में आपकी नानी मर रही है. आपको रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन चाहिए. आपको सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट चाहिए. Shameful for me.
Okay. Unfortunately, I have to leave it at that.
Participating. But you know why did I participate?
Yeah.
Because as far as I am concerned, अन्याय सहना भी उतना ही बड़ा पाप है जितना आप पॉलिटिशियन मेरे वीरांगनाओं के साथ कर रहे हैं.
Allow me.
I've run out of time. Ending on that note, it's an unfortunate note, but possibly this message will go to all governments concerned that there is a way to deal with people who lay down their lives for the country and their families. I have to slip into a very short break. On the other side, it's been a week since the Women's Premier League 2023 kicked off. Has the league managed to impress so far? I've got WPL expert Reema Malhotra joining me on the other side.
It should be